Top 10 Best American States Rankings. Some states shine in healthcare. Some soar in education. Some excel in both, or in much more. The Best States Rankings by U.S. News draw on thousands of data points to measure how well states are performing for their citizens. In addition to healthcare and education, the rankings take into account a state's economy, its roads, bridges, internet, and other infrastructure, its public safety, its natural environment, the fiscal stability of state government, and the opportunity it affords its residents. Number 1 Best State in America, Utah. Utah is a landlocked state in the Mountain West subregion of the western United States. It borders Colorado to its east, Wyoming to its northeast, Idaho to its north, Arizona to its south, and Nevada to its west. Utah also touches a corner of New Mexico in the southeast. Number 2 Best State in America is Washington. The Evergreen State is an outdoor enthusiast dream with its geological diversity, including mountains, deserts, rainforests, and a Pacific coastline. It offers the Olympic Mountains, the San Juan Islands, and Mount Rainier, one of the nation's highest peaks in the lower 48. In addition to its scenic treasures, Washington is known as the birthplace of Starbucks coffee, the Boeing Company, and Microsoft Corporation. Because of its coastal location, Washington is a key exporter for the U.S., particularly for transportation equipment. Additionally, Washington is crucial to the nation's food and agriculture industry, producing many of the country's apples, and is also a leader in milk, potato, and cattle production. Number 3 Best State in America, Idaho. Idaho is as well known for its potatoes, trout, and precious stones as it is for its unspoiled, rugged landscapes. Snowy mountains, deep valleys, lakes, and rivers cover the Gem State, which is twice the size of the 6 New England states combined. A Rocky Mountain state, Idaho is bordered by Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Utah, Montana, Wyoming, and a small portion of Canada's British Columbia. Though Spaniards began exploring the Northwest in 1592, Meriwether Lewis and William Clark were the first European Americans to enter Idaho in 1805. During the gold rush of the mid-1800s, miners flocked to California and Idaho, where they found gold, copper, and lead. Idaho's economy shifted away from mining toward agriculture after it achieved statehood. Some former mining towns began to host resorts, such as the Sun Valley Ski Resort, which opened in 1936. Number 4 Best State in America is Nebraska. Nebraska is a major agricultural state, and its many cattle ranches provide for the state's trademark corn-fed beef. The state's name is derived from Odo Indian words translated as flat water, referring to the Platte River that flows through the state. The Odo had immigrated to the Central Plains from the east just ahead of the first European settlers. The principal Siouan people in the territory during the first half of the 1700s were the Omaha and Ponca in the northeast and Odo in the lower Platte Valley. As Europeans arrived, they forged trading alliances, exchanging beaver and other skins for merchandise. Eventually, the Odo were forced along with Missouri tribe members to accept a reservation in Gage County in 1854. By 1881, settlers acquired that land too and moved the indigenous settlers to Oklahoma. Number 5 Best State in America, Minnesota. The U.S. gained the land now known as Minnesota starting in the late 1700s through the Treaty of Paris, the Louisiana Purchase, and negotiations with the Dakota Indians and other tribes who had long inhabited the land. The state is also known for its many lakes, which eventually flow into the Hudson Bay, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Gulf of Mexico. The headwaters of the Mississippi River start in northern Lake Itasca. The Dakota fittingly named the land Minnesota, meaning sky-tinted water. The state's nickname as the Land of 10,000 Lakes is an understatement. The state has more than 11,500. The Mayo Clinic, a nonprofit health organization, is headquartered in Rochester and is among the state's top employers. Manufacturing and retail trade are two other major industries in Minnesota, which houses many Fortune 500 companies such as United Health Group, Target, 3M, and General Mills. Number 6 Best State in America, New Hampshire. New Hampshire may be one of the smallest states, but it traditionally has played an outsized role in the nation's greatest task, election of the president. For decades, the Granite State was first in line for the quadrennial presidential primary elections. Political careers were made, salvaged, and busted in this first-in-the-nation primary, though its actual impact may be overstated, as many New Hampshire primary winners have failed to win the White House. The state's natural beauty stands out more for its valleys, rivers, lakes, and mountains than its mere 13 miles of Atlantic Ocean coastline. Its highest peak, Mount Washington, stands at 6,288 feet in the White Mountains, and Lake Winnipesaukee is its best-known inland resort. Number 7 Best State in America, Iowa. Iowa is a relatively small state that has played a disproportionately large role in American politics, with its caucuses marking a key point in U.S. presidential election contests every 4 years. Iowa is a farm state, producing milk, chicken, and eggs, as well as livestock. Iowa is also a major engine of corn and soybean production and is home to one of the nation's largest cereal mills. Machinery production, from farm machinery and construction equipment to home appliances, is another major industry in the state. The state abuts Minnesota to the north, Wisconsin and Illinois to the east, Missouri to the south, Nebraska and South Dakota to the west. Number 8 Best State in America, Wisconsin. Wisconsin, admitted to the Union in 1848 as the 30th state, traces its history to French explorers arriving in the early 1600s. Samuel de Champlain, governor of what was then New France and now Canada, dispatched Étienne Brule and Jean Nicolet to determine whether a water route to the Pacific Ocean existed. There was none, but there was much fur to be traded. From 1650 to 1850, the region's economy was built around fur trading with Indian tribes. In addition, dairy is a major driver of Wisconsin's economy, generating billions of dollars every year. Cheesemaking, cranberries, snap beans, and corn for silage are major agricultural products in the state. Number 9 Best State in America, Vermont. Vermont, verdant valleys and mountains, bordered by Canada to the north, New York to the west, Massachusetts to the south, and New Hampshire to the east, were settled by both the British and French early in the 18th century. After the French were defeated in the French and Indian War, Vermonters declared their independence from England separately from the original 13 colonies, though the Continental Congress did not recognize this separation. In addition, a dairy-producing state, its most famous brand is Ben & Jerry's ice cream, which was founded in the northern city of Burlington, situated on Lake Champlain, in 1978. Another homegrown Vermont product made founder Robert Stiller a billionaire, Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, made popular nationally in pods for Keurig coffee makers. Number 10 Best State in America, Florida. Florida attained statehood in 1845, yet not until a pair of railroad barons built lines down the Atlantic and Gulf coasts in the late 1800s and early 1900s did the state take off, spurring the phenomenal growth of what's now the third most populous state. With millions of visitors each year to its beaches, major amusement parks centered around Orlando, and cruise ships departing from ports on both coasts, tourism is a major contributor to Florida's gross domestic product. The state's agriculture industry is also robust, with Florida grows producing many of the country's oranges and a winter vegetable industry that makes agriculture a year-round. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.